welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of trying out the Inika Trial Kit. So like I said before, I've got mine in the shade Light. So I've already tested like the primer with the liquid foundation, and I didn't have the best start. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it's a primer or I think it was the primer that was kind of messing up the application of the foundation, because when I reapplied the foundation without the primer, it seemed to go on really nicely. I also applied half of my 100% Pure primer to one side of my face, and again that seemed to apply really well, and it lasted reasonably well throughout the day. I had it on for about 7.5 to 8 hours, and around my nose it did start to really disappear. That's quite a common place for me for where foundation tends to disappear on me. So again, I'm going to play around because I've still got some of the sample of that foundation left, so I'm going to play around with it a bit more, but today I'm going to be trying out the mineral foundations that are in this kit. I will go ahead and apply that primer again, the Inika one, just to see if it reacts better with the mineral foundation instead. So they give you two of the mineral ones, so I've got Grace P1 and Strength N3. Apparently these give exceptional performance and have some natural ingredients. Inika foundations provide a flawless finish for a naturally radiant skin. So it provides flawless coverage whilst maintaining a natural finished look. The purity of the powder allows for an absolutely flawless finish without clogging pores or irritating even the most sensitive skin. They're using flawless quite a lot, so I'm expecting good things. Gentle minimalist formula safely provides coverage for skin conditions such as acne, rosacea, pigmentation or scarring. That sounds really good. Small amount of products required to achieve natural, beautiful coverage, so your foundation will last longer than ever before. Does not contain any filler or harsh chemicals. Soothing and antioxidant properties help calm skin and reduce redness. Amazing. Gentle enough for use after cosmetic and facial procedures. Titanium and zinc oxides offer natural inbuilt sun protection, so yeah, it's SPF 25 of these, and the water resistant properties help longevity of the powder. These sound really good actually. Again, 5-star, well that's a massive review, 5-star, 4-star reviews, so hopefully this one turns out well. Let me see. Okay, so it doesn't give a description on the shades. These do retail for £27.50. But this is the lightest one they do, and this is the second lightest one they do, so we'll have to see. They do look like they have slightly different undertones, so we'll have to see. So I'm going to open up Grace P1 first. Okay, so I'm going to tip a little bit of Grace out. Kind of match it to my neck. Okay, so that looks like it's a good match. It kind of blended out completely. Let's just try and see what Strength is like. I have to say Grace seems like it has a very neutral undertone, which I like. Sometimes with light foundations they make them a bit more pink undertone, which I'm not a huge fan of. Oh crikey, definitely not Strength. That is way too dark. Okay, so my shade is clearly Grace from this range. Okay, so first of all I'm going to take the primer first. I'm only going to do half my face because just to see if the longevity changes or not. I'll have to see whether this reacts nicely with the foundation. So I'm going to prime this side only. I have to say I really do love the lemon scent of this, but it's no good if it doesn't work. So like I said, it has like a similar texture of the 100% Pure one, but the only difference is the 100% Pure one doesn't get really tacky like this one does. Actually, so while that primer is sinking in, I'm going to go in with this side of the face and apply the foundation. Now I'm actually going to tip that onto something else because it's not quite big enough for me to stick my brush in. I'm going to go in with the Lilo Kabuki brush because that's what I use to apply that mineral foundation with, so I just assume it would be a good fit for this one. And always make sure I dust it off. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a good match. Feels really nice and soft on the skin, I have to say. So far it's giving a light coverage, I say, because you can see it's evened out my skin tone, but some spot area isn't completely being covered. No, actually. Okay, so that's that's covered quite a good bit of the redness down there, because I did say it was meant to cover acne and rosacea. I really like how it is looking on the skin. It's very skin light. It's definitely given some radiance to the skin for sure. I might see if I can build it up in a second, but I'm going to go in and see what it's like on the prime side now. So far I'm really enjoying this foundation. I think I prefer it at the moment over the liquid, so hopefully the side goes better. I know last time it was around this area that I was having issues with the primer and the foundation. Let's have a little nosy and see what's going on. Yeah, this is sitting so much better over that primer, so I'm not sure what the deal is with the primer and the foundation together, the liquid foundation together, because this is applying really nicely over the primer. Again, I have to see what the wear is like, but this may be overtaking my Lily Lolo Mineral Foundation, which is possibly my favourite one at the moment. So this could well be on the way to being my perfect Green Beauty foundation. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. It's not the most coverage, like around here. It doesn't completely cover, but I can just go in with concealer. That's kind of what concealer's there for, so that's fine. And it has done a really good, it has like reduced the redness quite a lot, so I'm impressed. I'm just gonna, and you can definitely build up, I feel, without it looking weird. So if you want a slightly more coverage, I don't think you're going to get a full coverage out of this at all, but maybe on the way to medium coverage for sure. Okay, so that's the application done. At the moment I'd say there's no real difference between the prime side and the unprimed side. Maybe as the day goes on we'll start to see a difference, but I have to say I'm actually really loving how this looks on the skin. I'm loving that it's evened out my skin tone, reduced some of the redness around my cheeks and redness around the spot area. And it's still got a radiance to it, because I don't like a fully matte face, and sometimes with mineral powder products it can create a slightly mild matte face. This still has a nice radiance to it, like I said, and the colour match I'm really happy with as well with this one. So I used Grace just to remind you, and it seems to apply beautifully with this Kabuki brush from Lily Lolo. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a few other face products, and then I can tell you how well they applied over this foundation, but I have to say I'm very happy with how this is turning out right now. Okay, so I've applied all the other products. I use the exact same, apart from the bronzer, I used the Lily Lolo bronzer this time, but I used the exact same concealer and highlighter from the previous Inika video, and everything again is sitting really beautifully on it, on the skin and everything. I have to say I'm actually really enjoying this. This is definitely, again, I have to see what the wear's like throughout the day, but at the moment this could be a new favourite Green Beauty foundation. I really, really like this and how it sits on the skin. And even though it's like a lightish coverage, I understand what they mean by flawless, because it just kind of evens out the skin, and the texture looks really nice as well. So yeah, just the texture on my skin looks really smooth and really nice, and yeah, so far I'm really happy. So we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day and whether there's a difference between the prime and the unprime side. So it's currently just gone 7:30 in the morning. So I'll be back again, probably it'd be like again 7.5, 8 hours. I think it's a good time to have foundation on. Because I suffer from spots, I don't really like to have it on much longer, and if I'm going out then I'd rather take it off and reapply my makeup later. But yeah, so I'll be back at my end of the shift to tell you to show you how well it's lasted. Yay! Okay, so I'm back. It is now just gone 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So this foundation has been on for just over 8 hours. Is that right? Yeah, just over 8 hours, which I think is a reasonable amount of time to test the foundation out. As you can see, yeah, I'm starting to look a little shiny on the forehead and a little bit on the chin, but nothing too crazy, considering I don't powder throughout the day. When I'm at work I just don't have the time to do it, so I don't bother. If I was on a night out or whatever, then I would powder, but considering I haven't had a chance to powder, it's all looking really nice. I have to say, I am really liking this foundation a lot. Like, I really like how it feels on the skin, how it sits on the skin. A little bit around the nose has started to disappear, but nothing crazy. And like I said, that is the first place a foundation disappears on me, is around my nose. So you know, that's fine with me. And I think actually I can't see a difference between the primed and unprimed. I say maybe the one difference is, again, around the nose area, the unprimed side has come off a little bit more than on the primed side. But that's about it. So yeah, so maybe the primer. So I think the primer with this mineral foundation is definitely a much better combination than with the liquid foundation. I don't know what happened there. I actually had someone comment on my last video saying they found that they didn't like the liquid one because it oxidised throughout the day. I don't think I noticed that too much with mine, and it separated on the skin and stuff like that, which is kind of sort of what I was experiencing when I was trying to blend it out a little bit. So I don't think that combination works, but definitely I have to say, yeah, this mineral foundation from Inika I absolutely love. And I think so I use the shade Grace, so I've still got the strength here, which I could use like more around the kind of perimeters of my face, maybe like if I'm going out or something like that, something where I need to be more glamorous, and I can create some dimension to the face and kind of almost use it, I guess, to bronze a little bit, because it was quite a different shade to my skin tone. So I could still use it, but I've still got, in comparison, I haven't used that much out of Grace, so I've still got another good, I reckon, 5+ ish applications left, which I think is amazing. And I'm 100% going to get the full size of this. I don't know when, it might have to be till after London, because I'm on a slight budget with me going to London and doing this course and stuff like that, but this is something I will be definitely getting a full size of. I think this is my favourite Green Beauty foundation that I have found. I'm really happy about it, and it just sits nice on the skin. I definitely won't get the full size of this foundation. I just think I'd rather my other Green Beauty foundations over that one. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get the primer or not. I might just stick to my 100% Pure one for now. I might try out this mineral one with my 100% Pure underneath, just to make sure that does work, and if it does, then yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with that one for now. I highly recommend this foundation over the liquid one. However, I would say I would definitely get the kit first, just to make sure, and just also so you can kind of test out the primer, see if you like it, see maybe you're someone who might love the foundation, because when I did the reviews, I looked at the reviews, and like I said, that liquid one as well as the mineral one got like 4-5-star reviews, so I was a little surprised. So I would highly recommend getting the kit. It's £6, which I don't think is, I think is a really, really good price for this, considering the products you get in there, and considering you get more than one use out of each of them. I have to say I really enjoyed this experience and testing out this kit, and thank you for recommending the brand to me. I'll be trying other products from Inika in the future, but yeah, I definitely will be getting the full size of this mineral foundation. I absolutely love it, and this shade as well, and the shade Grace, because I think it suited me perfectly. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful both parts, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.